Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzman, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the state attorney's office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or that there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Okay. Y'all solemnly swear affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Very good. When I call your name, please step forward. Danny Boykins. Morning, Danny. What's your date of birth?
12th of the BC bond, 4/13/1961. 64, sorry.
What's that?
1964.
Right. Okay, Dan, I have a warrant for you out of Pinellas County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for an interference with child custody and 3 fails to appear. The bond on the first charge is $100,013. The 3 failed to appears are $513. That's a total of $101,552. If you can post that bond, you can get out of jail here, go down to St. Pete, find out when they want you in court. If you can't post it, I will have them come here and get you and take you to St. Pete, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, and I understand Mr. Ehad is not there?
Correct, sir.
Okay. He's been charged with 2 counts trafficking in fentanyl and possession of controlled substance. There's probable cause for those charges. Is his open case something he can be RCO'd on?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will revoke his pretrial release in 20 CF 1789, hold him without bond on that charge. On the new charges, I'll leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $50,000 on the fentanyl, $1,000 on the paraphernalia. Appoint the public defender, and then send the new case to the 28th of September, which is where his old case is, in front of Judge Merritt at 9 a.m. Go for Kyle. Rashaan Singleton. Want to start with your date of birth?
03/23/1995.
Rashaan, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I have a private attorney.
Okay. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to send you to see Judge Toner on the 4th of October. Make sure your lawyer knows about that date, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Luke Salt.
Right there.
Morning, Luke. What's your date of birth?
February 15, 2002.
This is a charge of retail theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Yes.
Okay. Appoint the public defender. And date any issue, because this is the offense date back in June. Any issue with RCO on this one?
Yes, Your Honor, he's currently serving 120 days.
Oh, okay, so he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and
Okay.
he actually is also previously served 60 days on another misdemeanor case.
Okay.
These are all,
Hang on a second. Luke, do you know your EOS?
My what?
End of sentence date.
No, I do not.
Okay. Okay, but the open cases are predate June?
yes, Your Honor, they both occurred June 21st. The
Okay.
open cases.
Okay, well, this one's 18.
Right.
So, okay, Kyle, I'll set the bond on this at $1,000. I'll move it to the 30th of September. That's where your other misdemeanor is. Public defender will come see you before that, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Heather Blevins. Morning, Heather. What's your date of birth?
9878.
Heather, I've got 3 charges, 2 counts of possession of controlled substance, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, state.
Yes, in 2016, she had grand theft, adjudicated guilty. Also in 2016, possession of medicinal drug without prescription, adjudicated guilty. Possession of paraphernalia, adjudicated guilty. 2012, a duelist with knowledge, adjudicated guilty. 2012, duelist, adjudicated guilty. And another duelist, adjudicated guilty. 2004, duelist with knowledge, adjudicated guilty. 2002, she had 7 obtaining property for worthless checks, adjudication withheld. And then again, 2 worthless obtaining of property for worthless checks, 2000, adjudicated withheld.
Heather, I have an address for you on Northcliffe. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
A few years.
Okay. You have a job these days?
No.
All right, I'll set the bond at $1,000 on each of the 3 counts. That's a total of $3,000. Have you back in court on the 4th of October. If you get out, make sure you go see the public defender right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Michaela Johnson. Morning, Ms. Johnson. What's your date of birth?
8797.
Okay, you have 2 charges today, trafficking in fentanyl and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, state.
Your Honor, she has no prior charges.
Okay. Michaela, where have you been staying lately?
Anywhere.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No.
How long has it been since you worked?
A year.
Okay. We leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $50,000 on the fentanyl, $1,000 on the paraphernalia. It's a total of $51,000. I'll have you back in court on October 4th. If you're able to bond out, you should go see the public defender right away. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail before you go to court, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Kayla Lewis. Morning, Kayla. What's your date of birth?
062289.
All right, Kayla, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. Yep. He found probable cause for 13 counts, 1 count of organized fraud, 11 count of uttering forged bills, and 1 count of petty theft. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, state.
Yes, 2021, larceny, petty theft, adjudicated guilty. 2017, drug possession, adjudicated guilty. In 2017, possession of controlled substance, adjudicated guilty. Of possession of paraphernalia and duelist, both adjudication withheld. And then in 2014, a duelist, adjudication withheld.
Okay. Kayla, where you been staying lately?
Spring Hill.
Okay. Do you know an address?
Yeah.
What's the address?
11080 Montcalm Street.
Okay. How long you been there?
It's my dad's place.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No.
Okay. Okay, what we'll do on the organized fraud, I'll set the bond at $10,000. On the uttering charges, I'll set it at 1,000 on each count. And on the petty theft at 1,000, that's going to be a total of 11, 12, 22,000. We'll have you back in court on the 4th of October. If you're able to get out, make sure you contact the PD right away, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, and then we got the last one's a Zoomer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's that?
They used to pull a different computer for the Zoom link, right?
Mhm.
I have myself as well.
It's okay with me. Searching, still searching. Yeah. Hurry up and wait. Lady's name is Alexa. That's gotta suck. I mean, I got all day, so it's not a big deal. I'll probably get testy after a while. You know how I can be. You know how I can be.
No.
State, does Miss Smith have any history? You guys know?
Yes, Your Honor.
What she got?
Would you like me?
Yeah, while we're waiting. She knows her history, I don't.
No trouble. 2019, possession of marijuana less than 20 grams, adjudication withheld. Possession of paraphernalia, adjudication withheld. 2017, trespass, adjudicated guilty. 2016, petty theft, adjudication withheld. 2016, battery, adjudication withheld. 2016, possession of drug paraphernalia, adjudication withheld. And then she has some delinquency charges.
Okay, that's
That's
good.
it.
But they are aware because they're the ones that told us that it's going to be a separate link because she's in court. Are you thinking? Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Did you just forget?
She was, oh yeah, she's like, I don't think that they're aware, and I'm like, they are aware, because they're the ones that told us that it had to be separate. Just no one communicates their
It's so awkward because of the thing on, I can't like speak freely. So.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are still on mute. There you go.
Hey, Your Honor, thank you so much for your patience.
Oh, you know, it's developed over many years. I now can sit through insurance seminars without even breaking a sweat. All right, and this is Alexis Smith.
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
Alexa, raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
State your name
Alexis Smith,
and your date of birth.
12398.
All right, Alexa, you are here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Helis. She found probable cause for one count of battery being domestic in nature. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private lawyer. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, yes.
I'll appoint the PD. And Alexa, you listed an address on Whitewood, so you're not at Treetop anymore, is that right?
Well, that's actually her house is on Treetop. That's where I've been living, but obviously,
Okay, so, but you're out already?
not officially, no, I don't have it.
Okay. And are you working these days?
Currently, no.
Okay, how long has it been?
I just stopped working like a week or two ago, only because they closed, because literally everyone is sick.
Right.
But I'm in school currently.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to set your bond at $500. Condition of the bond is that while the charge is pending, you can't have any contact with Destiny, okay? No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, don't contact her through social media. Don't go where she lives, don't go where she works. You don't have a third person contact her. Any way you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, you could wind up in the jail without bond. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any way I can get, like, how do I get my belongings?
Yeah, I'll get to that. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing you need to know is that she can't drop the charges against you. She might go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges, but that decision belongs to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or your lawyer or your judge tell you the charges are dropped, you should assume they're not dropped, and you should not have contact. I will let you go back to that address to get your stuff. To do that, however, you got to contact the sheriff's office. They will arrange a time to meet you there with a deputy who will stand by while you pick up your things and get going where you're going, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have you back in court on the 29th of September. Very important when you get out that you contact the public defender, okay?
Okay.
We're good? That's it?
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Your Honor.
Thank you, man. Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzman, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not, pardon me, that a crime has occurred, more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the state attorney's office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today. That is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts that surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. Now I need all of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear or affirm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Blight. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
10/21/77.
Charges battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I don't care. I guess a public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Yes, Your Honor. In 2017, he has possession of controlled substance, adjudicated guilty, possession of marijuana, less than 20 grams, adjudicated guilty, possession of paraphernalia, adjudicated guilty. Also in 2017, dwelling structure, burglary of a dwelling structure or conveyance arms, adjudicated guilty. Grand theft, adjudicated guilty. Possession of a firearm by felon. 2010, possession of a controlled substance, adjudicated guilty. Possession of marijuana, adjudicated guilty. Possession of paraphernalia. Also in 2010, home invasion robbery while armed, adjudicated guilty. Also in 2010, possession of a firearm by a felon, adjudicated guilty. And he has 2 violation of pretrial release conditions for domestic violence in 2009 and 2008.
Okay. And sir, I have an address for you on Heyman Road in Brooksville. Is that where you were living?
Yes, sir.
How long had you been there?
We bought a place like 6 months ago.
That's where Miss Flott lives as well?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job these days?
Yeah, I work on all of her properties.
Okay. I set the bond at $5,000. Condition of the bond is that while the charge is pending, you'll have no contact with Ms. Flott. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, don't contact her through social media. Don't have a third person contact her. Don't go where she lives. Don't go where she works. You don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if she wants to contact, so if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision she gets to make. She may go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney who is handling your case. So unless that person or your lawyer or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they're not dropped and you should not have contact. I understand there's already been an injunction served on you, so you need to abide to those conditions. Those are separate and distinct from my no contact conditions. Also, as a condition of your pretrial release, you'll be subject to GPS monitoring at your expense. If you get out, you may go by the Heyman Road address one time to collect your things, your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever you need, wherever you plan to stay. To accomplish that, however, you must contact the Hernando County Sheriff's Office first. They'll arrange a time to meet you there with a deputy who will stand by while you collect your things and get going where you're going. I'll have you back in court on the 22nd of September. They might have told you the 27th. I'll have you back on the 22nd. If you get out, make sure you contact the public defender right away, okay? Thank you. Aaron Cesar. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
3/10/1994.
Aaron, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll point the PD. Judge Toner set your bond at no bond. I'm not allowed to change that. I'll send you back to see him on the 20th of September. The public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Your Honor.
Yep.
We would prefer,
Okay, do you know-
September 10th.
The 10th?
Yes.
All right. Aaron, they want me to move your case to the 10th of September, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Chester Zakowski. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
4/16/83.
There you go. Thank you, Chester. Chester, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently, he thinks you failed to appear in his court on 3 counts of failure to comply with reporting requirements. Did you have the public defender, Chester?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender. Unfortunately, Judge Merritt has ordered me to hold you without bond, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you back to see him on September 28th. The public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Brad Helms. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
02/16/01.
Brad, you're hearing a warrant that was signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. The bond on the warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to send you back to see Judge Merritt on the 13th of September. They may have told you the 20th. We'll have you back on the 13th.
Sorry.
Okay. No, that's
Your
okay.
Honor, we'd actually
Yes, sir.
request 9/28.
9/28. Okay. They want the 28th. I'm sorry, sir. September 28th, PD is going to come see you before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jeremy Hostal. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
10/10/79.
Jeremy, the charge is battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
Yes, Your Honor, just to note, in 2016, there was a domestic violence injunction that was dismissed with the same victim. Also, he has an open DUI involving property damage from 2020. DeWillis in 2018, adjudicated guilty. Possession of paraphernalia in 2003. Careless driving, 2003, guilty. DeWillis, 2003, adjudicated guilty. Trespassing, 2001, adjudication withheld. Battery, 2001, adjudication withheld. Three, obtaining property with worthless check. 2 of them adjudicated guilty, 1 withheld.
Okay. What's the case? Where's the DUI?
Pinellas.
It's Pinellas? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. And, Jeremy, I got an address for you on Kurt Street. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you lived there?
I've only been in Brooksville maybe 4 or 5 months.
All right. And Miss Lemons lives there as well?
Yes.
You have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a mechanic.
Okay. All right. So, Jeremy, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Condition of the bond is that you not have any contact with Summer while this case is pending. Did you hear me explain no contact a moment ago?
I did. We live in a camper on her friend's property. The camper's mine. She has my truck.
So can I get, I'm able to get that stuff?
Okay.
And then just leave?
The answer to all of that is yes, and I'm going to allow you to go back one time to collect your things with the sheriff. You have to be careful. If she lives in that camper, then she's going to live in that camper without you until we get this resolved. If your truck is there, don't interrupt me.
It's in my parents' name.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter whose name it is. She gets to stay. This is the nature of this charge in Florida. These conditions are all set by statute. I don't have any authority or way to change any of this. If that's where she lives, then she gets to live there until we get this resolved or until she finds someplace else to live. If you have a truck there, you can certainly take your truck. If your clothes and other things are there, you can certainly take those things. I understand that it's a hardship. I get all of that, but I really don't have any discretion to order anything else, all right? And you have to be careful because this is all on you. If I find out that you violated the no contact in any way, you can be back in jail without bond. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So also have to hold you until 4 o'clock this afternoon so that if she decided she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction, we'd know where to find you. I'll have you back in court on the 22nd of September. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out, all right?
What was that about a civil? And I didn't understand that part.
All right, so right now you have a criminal case. This is a criminal charge, domestic battery, and I've ordered you not to have contact. She has the ability, if she wants, to come to the courthouse today and ask for an injunction, a domestic violence injunction, which is civil in nature. It's a different thing that also would order you not to have contact. Again, the law requires me to hold you until 4 o'clock this afternoon so that if she wants to do that, she has a chance to do that. She may not. If she hasn't done it by 4, then you'll be able to bond out. But that would be 2 different things that would be ordering you not to have contact if you get that injunction, okay?
Okay, I understand.
All right, very good, thank you. David Mousy? Morning, David, what's your date of birth?
March 20th, 1984.
David, there are 4 charges today: possession of methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, possession of hashish, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Mousy does not have any Florida history, but he does have history out of Arizona and Michigan. In Arizona, his most recent charge is a 2017 aggravated assault on an officer, 2017 trespass. Both of those are adjudicated guilty. 2015 possession of drug paraphernalia, adjudicated guilty. Shoplifting, adjudicated guilty. And another shoplifting in 2014, which was adjudicated guilty. In Michigan, his most recent charge was a Twizzler, adjudicated guilty 2013, and then all of his other charges in Michigan are from the early 2000s.
Okay. And David, I have an address for you now on Larkin Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes. Yeah.
How long have you been there?
About 3 years.
And do you have a job these days?
Yeah, I do work at Labor Ready. People ready.
Okay, right. All right. So David, on the meth, I'll leave the bond at $2,000. On the marijuana and the hash, $1,000. On the paraphernalia, $500. That's a total of $4,500. I'll have you back in court on September 20th. Make sure that you contact the public defender when you get out, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Jeffrey Sherman? Morning, Jeffrey. What's your date of birth?
06-25-64.
Jeffrey, I have 3 charges today: possession of methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
In 2019, we have possession of paraphernalia, adjudicated guilty. 2017, possession of controlled substance, possession of paraphernalia, felony fleeing, and a DeWillis, adjudicated guilty. 2017, theft of a motor vehicle, adjudicated guilty.
Hang on a sec.
2013, a DeWillis, 2 or more priors, adjudicated guilty. 2012, driving with a license suspended habitual. 2012, DeWillis, adjudicated guilty, no motor vehicle registration. 2010, possession of marijuana, adjudicated guilty. 2010, DeWillis, second offense, DUI, third offense. and refusal to submit to a breath test, adjudicated guilty. 2009, 4 counts of causing, encouraging, and contributing to delinquency, adjudicated guilty. 2008, Lewis, adjudicated guilty. 2005, resisting without violence, adjudicated guilty.
All right, that's good, that's good. Jeff, I have an address for you on Indian Trail Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
About 35 years.
Do you have a job these days?
No, sir. I collect SSI.
Okay. And I believe you were interrupting to ask if you could be ROR'd, and you're not the sort of person that gets ROR'd, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 on the meth and $1,000 on the misdemeanors. That's a total of $4,000. I'll have you back in court on September 20th. If you can get out, go see the PD. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail, all right?
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you. David Sprague. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
8/14/73.
David, you're hearing a warrant I signed. I found probable cause for 1 count of sexual battery by a person in familial authority, person less than 18. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire a private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. And you're currently serving a prison sentence, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And how much time you got left?
2 years.
Okay. All right, so I'll appoint the public defender. I'm going to set a bond of $50,000. Obviously, you can't bond out because you're serving a sentence. Condition that you not call or write the alleged victim from jail. We'll have you in court on the 31st of August. That's the right date? Yeah? Okay. Okay. On the 31st of August, public defender will come see you before you go to court, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Christopher Whittaker. Morning, Christopher. What's your date of birth?
2/13/82.
Christopher, I have 2 issues today. I have a burglary of a conveyance and a dealing in stolen property. There's probable cause for both charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
PG, please.
I'll appoint the public defender. State.
Yes, Your Honor. In 2016, he has a grand theft, adjudicated guilty. He also has a shoplifting charge from New Jersey, unknown dispo from 2012.
All right. And Christopher, I have an address for you on Greenbrier Court in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Was.
Okay. And you have a job these days?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
Look for civil site.
Okay. So on the dealing, I'll set the bond at $2,000, on the burglary at $1,000. That's a total of $3,000. We'll have you back in court on the 20th of September. If you get out, make sure you go see the public defender right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Greg Wing? Morning, Mr. Wing. What's your date of birth?
10/10/91.
Mr. Wing, the charge is battery. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, I guess.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Yes, Your Honor. He has no Florida history, but he does have history out of Utah. In 2020, he had a marijuana possession, no unknown dispo. 2021, he had threat of violence convicted and assault convicted. He also had a damage to property convicted and criminal mischief convicted.
And Greg, any place in particular you've been staying lately?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No.
All right. I'll leave the bond at $1,000, condition that you not have any contact with Deja Hanna while the charges are pending. I'll have you back in court on the 27th of September. If you get out, make sure you contact the PD. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail, all right?
All right.
Thank you.
That's all I had. Thank you, sir.
Jail, are my females in the courtroom too?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, awesome. Brynn Courtright. Want to miss what's your date of birth?
Brynn Courtright, 11/19/1990.
Okay. I have a warrant for you out of Pasco County. The judge that signed the warrant thinks you failed to appear on 2 counts. I got driving on a suspended license and leaving the scene. That judge set your bond at $513 on each case for a total of $1,026. If you can post that bond, you can go down to Newport Richie, find out when they want you in court. If you can't post it, I'll have the folks from Pasco come and get you, all right?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Jesse Dunford? Morning, Jesse. What's your date of birth?
5/9/94.
Jesse, the charge is grand theft auto. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. State.
Yes, Your Honor, she only has one prior, a violation of domestic violence injunction, adjudicated guilty in 2014.
Okay. Jesse, I have an address for you on Panorama Street. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
About a year.
You have a job these days?
I'm a stay-at-home mother.
Okay. Jesse, I'll set your bond at $1,000. Have you back in court on the 20th of September. Make sure you go see the PD when you get out, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Lauren Rosner? Morning, Lauren. What's your date of birth?
2391.
Lauren, I get 2 probable cause arrests for violation of probation. One is a Hernando County case. The other is a Pasco case. There's probable cause for both cases. As to the Hernando case, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. The bond, of course, on that, Lauren, is going to be no bond. I'll have you back in court on the 20th of September. PD will come see you. On the Pasco case, that will also be no bond. But what will happen is you're going to have to resolve your Hernando case first. When that's resolved, then they'll have Pasco come get you so you can resolve the Pasco case, all right? Thank you.
Okay.
Michelle Sturgill? Morning, Ms. Sturgill. What's your date of birth?
6/3/74.
Sturgill, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Hewitt. She thinks you failed to appear in her court on a charge of petty theft. State, is this something she can do this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. So I have 2 separate plea offers that she can pick from.
Okay.
The first one is adjudication guilty, 6-month probation, shoplifter class, restitution of $20, court costs and costs of prosecution.
Okay.
The second one would just be to serve 10 days in jail, depending on what she prefers.
Okay. All right. So, Michelle, we got 3 options for you. If you want to plead out today and take probation, you can do that. If you want to plead out and take 10 days in the county jail, you can do that. If you want me to set a bond, we can do that.
I'll take the 10 days.
There you go. Michelle, you understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yeah.
Hang on one second.
And Your Honor, before you enter that plea, she does have $20 restitution as well.
Yep.
Okay.
I just want to see if she's got any front-end time.
It was a notice to appear before Your Honor.
Okay.
She does not.
Okay.
Sorry, I checked that as well.
All right. So, Michelle, then in case number 21MM1564 is the charge of petty theft. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to 10 days, credit 1 day served. Finding court costs is $550 and restitution of $20. And your cost of incarceration, but that takes care of it, Michelle. You just have to finish the time, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're good. Thank you. Good luck. All right. Jill, that should be it for you, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Awesome. Thanks. Have a good weekend.
So do we have Buffy Dujinski?
Hi, can you confirm your date of birth?
569.
All right, you are here today for domestic battery. There is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'm going to ask the state attorney if you have criminal history.
Your Honor, we have an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and a battery of PTI. Also in 2017, domestic violence. Ellis in 2015, there's a domestic battery with criminal mischief. There are a few out of state as well. Sorry. We have I apologize, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
The theft, unknown disposition of
Okay.
also fraud to obtain aid, also convicted out of state. And then also receiving stolen property, which was also convicted out of state. The 2017, sorry, I should have noted, the 2017 domestic violence was against the same victim.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All right. Buffy, I have an address for you on Barranca Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you lived there?
I bought it in 2016.
Okay, do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I do spiritual work, but due to COVID, it's been really, really bad lately.
Okay. I need to order that you don't have any contact with Christopher Walsh. Don't have any contact with him whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not go within 500 feet of his residence, school, employment, or vehicle. No social media or technological contact with him whatsoever. If you have any contact with Christopher while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, he lives in my house.
Okay, well, you guys cannot have any contact while this case is pending.
Okay.
So someone's going to have to move out or something. I don't know. No contact. I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today. After 4 o'clock, you can bond out for $5,000, and we'll see you back to court on September 20th at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Emily Huff? Emily?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
7/27/89.
All right, you are here because you have a violation of probation out of Pasco County. They want you held no bond until they get you to Pasco County. When you get there, you can ask for a lawyer, ask for a court date, and ask them to reduce the bond. Hopefully, we'll get you over there in the next few days. If for some reason you are still in our jail in a week, the folks there at the jail will bring you back in front of me, and we'll figure out if there's anything that we can do for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Lakisha Jackson? Hi, Lakisha, can I have your date of birth?
7/3/1993.
Okay, you are here today for a false imprisonment and a domestic battery. I have probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'm going to ask the state attorney if you have any criminal history, okay?
Your Honor, he does not have any prior criminal history.
Okay. All right, Lakisha, I have an address for you on Peony Street in Newport Richey. Is that where you live?
Correct.
How long have you lived there?
You said how long?
How long have you lived at that address in Newport Richey?
2018.
Okay, do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I work for a self-publishing book company.
Okay. I need to order that you have no contact with Emily Waslow. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, email her. And do not go within 500 feet of her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. No social media or text messaging or any type of technological contact with her whatsoever. If you have any contact with Emily while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, I do need to hold you until 4 o'clock today. After that, you can bond out for $500 each, and we'll see you back to court September 13th at 1:15.
Now, will I get a paper in the mail for this court date?
You're probably going to get something there at the jail.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. Sarah Justin.
Is she calling?
Hi, Sarah, can you confirm your date of birth?
August 29th, 1989.
All right, you are here today for a failure to appear out of Citrus County. It looks like they want you held no bond until they get you back over there. It's for the original charge of burglary of a structure and resisting an officer without violence. So we're going to hold you no bond. We're going to get you over to Citrus County as soon as we can, probably within the next couple days. If for some reason it takes any longer, the folks at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is. Are you going to want the public defender's office representing you?
Yes.
All right, I'll go ahead and make sure that they know that now, and we'll get you over to Citrus as soon as we can, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, Jessica Santiago, Weber. Weber.
All right, so she's doing the females. When she's done with the females, then she'll start calling your people.
Yes, she will, and she can hear you too.
It just depends on how tall.
All right, that's okay. Jessica, can you confirm your date of birth?
9/30/83.
All right, you are here today for possession of a structure possession of a vehicle for the use of trafficking drugs, possession of paraphernalia, possession of methamphetamine with the intent to sell, possession of controlled substance without a prescription, possession of methamphetamine 14 grams or over, and possession of or dealing in stolen property.
Can I request a bond reduction?
6. I have probable cause for all 6 of those. We're at a bond hearing right now, ma'am. That's what we're doing. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'm going to ask the state attorney about any criminal history, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. In 2019, she has 2 charges for selling, manufacturing, delivering, or possession with intent controlled substance, adjudicated guilty. 2019, possession of paraphernalia, adjudicated guilty. 2019, grand theft, 300 less than 5,000, adjudicated guilty. 2018, larceny, petty theft, first degree, adjudicated guilty. 2017, petty theft, second offense, adjudicated guilty. 2017, selling, manufacturing, delivering, possession with intent of a controlled substance, adjudicated guilty. Also possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, less than 20 grams, possession of paraphernalia, also adjudicated guilty. Possession in 2017, also possession of controlled substance, adjudicated guilty. Possession of paraphernalia, adjudicated guilty. Petty theft, less than $100, adjudicated guilty. Resisting an officer without violence, adjudicated guilty. 2016, a petty theft, adjudicated guilty. 2013, Dwizzler, second offense, adjudicated guilty. 2013, Dwizzler, adjudicated guilty. 2013, disorderly conduct, adjudicated guilty. 2013, Dwizzler, adjudicated guilty. 2013, Dwizzle, unknowing, adjudication withheld. 2007, resisting officer without violence, adjudicated guilty. 2005, possession of marijuana. Sorry, that was dropped. Bandit. Violation of Florida Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act, 2005, adjudication withheld. That's it, Your Honor.
All right, Jessica, I have an address for you on Alta Vista Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
3 years.
You have a job?
No.
All right, bond on count 1 is going to be $10,000. Count 2 is $1,000. Count 3 is $20,000. Count 4 is $10,000. Count 5 is $40,000. Count 6 is $20,000. $101,000. We'll see you back to court on September 13th at 1:15. Christina and Jimmy.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi, can you confirm your date of birth?
12/29/86.
All right.
Got Santiago Weber coming back.
We have you here for grand theft auto, petty theft, possession of meth, possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and driving while your license is suspended or revoked. I have probable cause for each of these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
All right. Is the public defender's office already representing you in your pending case in front of Judge Hitzman?
Yeah. Can I ask for a bond reduction?
Sure, go ahead. Are you going to ask for one?
I am, yes.
Okay. What is your basis for that?
How much can I afford?
No, why do you think you should get a bond reduction?
She can hear you.
Because I really don't get in trouble. This is like the first time I've gotten in trouble out here. I work. I have kids.
Okay, what do you do for work?
I'm a cleaner.
All right, and how long are you on Kitten Trail in Hudson?
Yes, I am. I've been there 15
How long have you lived there for?
15 years.
Okay. What is the pending case for? The one in front of Judge Hitzman? Petty theft, grounds for petty theft? Okay. She's out on bond on that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. and Jimmy, I'm going to deny your motion to reduce the bond. And I also find that there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you're already out on bond on that petty theft, or you were at least free from custody out on a petty theft while you committed these new charges. So you will not be getting out of jail until at least August 30th at 9 a.m. when you go in front of Judge Hitzman for that petty theft. In the meantime, all your bonds on this case are going to remain the same, and we'll see you back to court on these cases on September 13th at 1:30.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Got it, Jenny, coming back to you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
One.
All right, are we ready for the mail?
I got Vieira on her way for you, so whenever you want to take her.
Okay, so it'll be the same link? So can I get rid of the other link with the courtroom or no?
With the what?
There's another room. It looks like the mails are in another room. Are they not in that room?
Yeah, but I have a female though, Vieira. Is she?
Oh, there's another female here? I don't have her on my list.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, so you're done with us. Thanks.
Unless Jane no. No, she wouldn't be back for first appearance. All right.
All right, thank you.
Mails. All right, thank you. All right.
From Marty, she doesn't need a CVR. Just leave her in there.
All right. Are we ready with the mail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Now we have Christian Forneras. Mr. Forneras, can I confirm your date of birth? If he's speaking, I can't hear him.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Okay, yes. There you go. Mr. Forneras, can you confirm your date of birth?
8/8/2002.
All right, very good. You were here today for written threats to kill or injure. Your bond amount is $7,500. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office? Oh, you're in Hillsborough County. This is Hillsborough. So Hillsborough County has a bond of $7,500 for you. What's going to happen is we're going to get you down to Hillsborough. And then when you get there, you can ask for a public defender, ask for a court date, and ask them to reduce the bond. Do you already have a lawyer on this case?
Yes, I have a lawyer.
Is it the public defender's office or somebody else?
So a private attorney, private lawyer.
You have a private attorney? Okay.
Okay, but I didn't do any of that.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
We're not talking about the facts of the case today, okay? Don't talk about the facts. I don't want you to get in any more
I
trouble.
don't need on the phone. They stole my phone.
Listen, I don't have any jurisdiction to do anything on your case. It's a Hillsborough County case with a Hillsborough County bond. So whatever you say to me in here, in court about your case is really useless. It's not going to help you at all. So you need to get to Hillsborough County and do it. So you either need to bond out for the $7,500 and get down to Hillsborough, or you need to have the jail take you there.
Can I get a release today for 7,500?
7,500 is the bond, 7,500. Okay? All right, thank you. I'm sorry?
Can I get a release here on bond?
Yeah, the bond is $7,500. You can make bond, you can get out.
Okay.
Okay? George Harrison?
Hello, Your Honor.
Can I have your date of birth?
4/13/93.
You are here today for a domestic battery. There is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office and any criminal history.
Yes, Your Honor. So there has been one prior dropped DV battery because it was resolved through PTI. It is with the same victim. He also has a small juvenile delinquency record, as well as 2 cases from 2020, a misdemeanor paraphernalia and a possession of cannabis misdemeanor, and they were adjudication withheld.
All right. Mr. Harrison, I have an address for you on Avalon Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Almost 2 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Mechanic.
All right. I need to order that you have no contact with Michelle DePicard. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, email her. You cannot go within 500 feet of her residence, employment, school, vehicle, no social media or technological contact with her whatsoever. I have to hold you until 4 o'clock today. I'm pretty sure I saw where she was filing an injunction against you, so we need to make sure you get served with that injunction before you leave from jail. And that injunction will be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away from her, and it'll have other conditions on there that you need to meet.
Okay.
If you have any contact with Michelle while this case is pending, you could be committing another crime and rearrested and held without bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Can I bond out today?
I'm getting there.
Okay, sorry.
You have someplace else you're going to stay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it here in Hernando County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you going to be able to provide that address to the jail before you bond out?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. We'll see you back to court on September 20th at 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Okay. James Parrot. Can I confirm your date of birth?
Yes, ma'am. My birthday's 2/23/56.
All right. You are here today for a domestic battery. I have probable cause. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
No, ma'am. I'm going to hire me a lawyer.
Okay. Do you know who you're going to hire?
Probably a Hostal.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to ask the state attorney's office if you have any criminal history, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. So he has some out-of-state ones as well as Florida, so I'm going to start with out-of-state. There are 3 unknown dispos from New Hampshire. Mississippi, there's 1 felony with an unknown dispo. In Florida, he has driving while license suspended or revoked, adjudication withheld from 2011. Driving while suspended or revoked, adjudicated guilty from 1989. Driving while suspended or revoked, adjudicated guilty from 1989, as well as from 1974 to 1978. There are 5 unknown dispos. Just have the charges. From 1983, there is a dealing with stolen property, adjudicated guilty. 1983, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, adjudicated guilty. 1985, prisoner escaped, there was no dispo. And in 2015, there was a no pros of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Mr. Parrot, I have an address for you on 4 Dade Ave in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
14 years.
Okay, do you have a job?
Yes, I drive for DMS Express Traffic Control.
Alrighty. All right, I need to order that you don't have any contact with Cynthia Collins while you are released.
No, ma'am, but
So you cannot, go ahead.
she's up there in a rehab center up in Inverness. I can't see her.
Okay,
And
so
that's
I just
what
need
she's
to order it
talking
for
about.
Florida statute, so I need to make sure that I order it and it has to be in writing, so you're gonna get an order saying that you were to have no contact with Miss Collins. You cannot call, write, email, cannot be within 500 feet of wherever her residence is, school, work, vehicle, no contact with her whatsoever. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case she files any injunction against you, so we know where to find you. And let's see. After that, you can bond out for $5,000 and we'll see you back to court September 20th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am, thanks.
Thank you. Christopher Walsh.
Oh, Mr. Walsh, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I confirm your date of birth?
March 4th, 1981.
You're here today for a domestic battery. I have probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I guess so.
You either want a public defender or you want to represent yourself, or you're going to hire a lawyer. Which one do you want?
A public defender, please.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm going to ask the state attorney if you have any criminal history. State?
Yes, Your Honor. 2021, there's a criminal mischief, adjudication withheld. 2013, battery, which was a no pros, related to domestic violence as well. That is all for Mr. Walsh.
Mr. Walsh, I have an address for you on Barranca Ave. I can't say that today. Barranca Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
I had left for a while, but in total, I moved into the house about 7 or 6 years ago.
Okay, do you have a job?
Yes, I own a company.
What kind of work do you do?
I own a paintless dent removal company.
Okay.
So, ma'am, I called on my wife and she hurt herself. That's the only reason I'm here. Like after she knew I was calling, she hurt herself.
Okay. All right. I need to order that you have no contact with Buffy Dudensky. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not go within 500 feet of wherever she lives, works, goes to school, or her vehicle. No email, text messaging, social media, or technological contact with her whatsoever until we resolve this case. I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today. And then after that, you can bond out for $1,000 and we'll see you back to court on September 20th at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you.
Darnell Constantino.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Constantino is in the courtroom with the felony court, I guess, to see Judge Merritt. Do you want me to go get him?
Oh, so he's in the jail, but...
He's in the jail, but I guess he got put on the felony docket.
Okay, I can actually just have Judge Merritt do the first appearance for him, and I can have someone bring him down the paperwork.
Okay.
So
whatever
can
you
you
want to
let them know in that room that Judge Merritt needs to do his first appearance?
do. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, because it's for a Judge Merritt case on a failure to appear, so I'll have someone come pick up the paperwork for Judge Merritt right now. Anyway.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Somebody. All right, thank you. So then we'll just move on to Matthew Warner. Warner. Is anyone getting something? Oh, you. All right, we got it. Thank you. All right, Mr. Wayner?
Yeah, you can say that.
I couldn't hear you. Can you confirm your date of birth for me?
I said, yes, ma'am.
I still didn't hear it. Your date of birth?
5497.
Got it. Okay. You are here today. We got a couple different things going on. One is out of Citrus County. It's a failure to appear on 7 different cases. The folks there in Citrus County want you held no bond on those until you get back in front of him. So that's what we're going to do. Are you going to want the public defender's office to represent you?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. When you get over to Citrus County, you can just ask them for a court date. And then, of course, you can ask them for a bond as well. And we'll try to get you over there as soon as we can to take care of that charge. Now, you have some charges here in Hernando County. You have 2 possession of paraphernalia, and then possession of a structure for the purposes of trafficking drugs, dealing in stolen property, possession of meth with the intent to sell, and possession of meth 14 grams or over.
You said possession of a structure for the trafficking, right?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
You said for the trafficking. What kind of trafficking?
It says it's possession of. Are you talking about the possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell?
No.
Or there's also the possession of a structure for the purposes of trafficking drugs.
What's that?
That means you either have a vehicle or a house that you deal drugs out of. That is the allegation.
And then I'm hit with a trafficking charge, period.
That's not the same as trafficking. It's having a place for the purpose of trafficking, manufacturing, or selling controlled substances. Okay, do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yeah.
All right, I appoint the public defender's office. Bless you. And hopefully someone will sit down with this probable cause affidavit with you and go through it with you. I have an address for you on Robin Lane in Floral City. Is that where you live?
No.
All right, where you living these days? Don't have an address?
Where my co-defendant says.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep the bonds on this case the same. It's 500, 5,000, 5,000,
I don't
10,000.
What is the probable cause?
10,000, 10,000, and 2,000. I'm sorry?
What was the probable cause?
It's a several pages long here, and it is a sworn affidavit by the law enforcement officer swearing to each element of the crime charge against you. Your public defender will get a copy of that, and they can sit down with it and go over it with you in great detail, okay? All right, thank you, sir. And I think that should be everybody at the jail, right?
That was everybody, Your Honor. Can I just get the court date for Fernaris?
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful. It's September 13th at 1:15.
September
Oh, wait,
13th.
for which one? That was Wayner. Which
No,
one did you want?
Fernaris. He was number 3. Christian?
Oh, that was a Hillsborough one?
No,
That was a Hillsborough case, so it's on demand.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one.
Your Honor. I'm sorry. Go ahead there at the jail.
I was just saying, have a good one. Thank you.
Oh, okay, thanks. All right, thank you. All right, state yes. Never mind, Your Honor. Okay. All right, I think we got everything. We have a Devin Robinson, 2021 MM 1101. I think it was on the docket yesterday, was it?
Yes, and I thought we thought it was still in Pasco, but he called me yesterday afternoon to say he was released and the charges were dropped. And I talked to him, and he is willing to asking me to reinstate the PTI, and we can get him done with the current PTI.
Okay, and state's okay with that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you have some work to do here to get back on track. But I do appreciate you reaching out to the public defender's office yesterday and making sure that this didn't go any longer with the standing warrant and everything. So we'll go ahead and recall the warrant, put you back on PTI, and you won't have to come in and see me anymore if you're doing everything that you need to do with probation.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so I think we should have something in writing for you just in case. You might want to keep that on you for the next couple of days in case anything goes on with the warrant.
Okay.
All right, any questions for me?
No.
All right. All right, anything else that we needed to put on the record? Did I miss anything? I don't think so, Your Honor. Okay.